Ha 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 ha. So before we move forward with the series proper, we have another bonus chapter. I guess this is the volume ending bonus chapter. So I expect it'll be fairly disjoint from the actual plot. What I'm hoping for is more Koyomi, second place Hope, Akiri, and Dojima story. Or Akira, or whatever her name is. Ha 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 ha. There's the little astrolabe, or whatever it's called. So these are first like the little bonus scenes, of course. These are the souffle pancakes she made after her little date with Sayaka. Piercings back in school, but they closed up after she left them off for a new job. Nice, nice little detail. I didn't even notice that she had piercings back in college, but whatever. Spurious stays in the Rokan is great. Okay. Yeah, we had one of those when we stayed at the Ryokan. There was like a veranda. We used it to go out there and change. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And we have the Japanese maple, having changed colors in the autumn, drifting down to the water. Nice, nice. The open window. How beautiful. Thank you. Is this it? Maybe there's no... Oh, okay. Well, maybe there is. Ooh, this is after the anime now. Anime is great. Yeah, it was. I'm very grateful for it. Who do you think the other person is in these little Nakatani Nyo outro things? Is that like another person, or is that like another aspect of her personality? I don't know. I don't know. The other pigeon I mean here. See, the Yagakimi verse exists somewhere, and I just received it. This is really interesting. It raises a question that I've asked about a lot of Yuri series just internally. Like, most of them, the plot lines aren't that outlandish. Could something like that actually just be happening somewhere? I don't know. Is anime real? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to have all the details. It doesn't have to have like necessarily the older sister plot line or like the Sayaka plot line or all of that stuff going on. But just archetypically, is there a relationship like this happening somewhere? I really want to believe that it is. I really do. Even though I myself am so far away from experiencing anything like that. I want to believe it's happening. Sensation and mindset I have while drawing. I know that it's myself really doing it. Text mountain of unusable materials. Ooh, I want to read them. But at the same time, I don't. Somewhere the original world truly exists and the people there and events in it. World of Platonic ideas. Okay, this is... We could easily talk for like an hour about this one page. Someone discerned and transcribed into manga, that kind of feeling. So the words and actions aren't decided by me. I'm only, as accurately as possible, conveying the truth as it exists here. Okay, this is like so interesting to me. Because, okay, we won't try to spend too much time on this, because this is something that could be a totally different video by itself, and I would want a pretty different audience that I think would be interested in this. Okay, so let's take an easy example like writing a book. Okay, when you write a book, you're clearly putting the words in like a novel order. You're putting them in a brand new order. Okay, a novel order. You're putting them in a brand new order. Nobody has ever done that permutation and ordering of words before. But at the same time, if there was like an algorithm that just produced every text possible in the English language under 500,000 words or something, which wouldn't be hard to set up, it would just take an incredibly long time to run, then all of the books would already exist there. And there's a story about this called, I think it's called The Library of Babel by, I have his book over in that room on the bookshelves. Borges? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Jorge Luis Borges, who wrote like the Aleph. I don't know how to pronounce any of these words. And like the Garden of Hidden Doors or whatever it's called. The Garden of Branching Paths. I don't know. Anyways, a very, very cool author wrote this story called The Library of Babel, which is basically this premise. The Library of Babel contains a book for every permutation of words in the English language, or I guess the Italian or Spanish language, whatever he wrote in originally. in every possible order. So therefore, every book that could ever exist is there. Um, so so it's kind of like it's not like an actual compelling line of thought because of course this thing doesn't actually exist anywhere, but it could so easily, and it's not inconceivable that it could eventually. um, and so when you kind of think that like, oh, the work is already out there, the work I want this to be, I'm just kind of guiding it towards that. And it's like, as I say, it's not that compelling, and yet this feeling is so persistent in so many people. If you talk to people about muses, if you talk to people about moments of creativity, flashes of inspiration, um, typically it's kind of framed around this like, well, it kind of felt like it was already there, you know, that it just had to be this way. Suddenly things just kind of lined up, and I saw for the first time what was obviously correct versus all the kind of muddled thinking I had had around this before. That kind of epiphany, you know? So what was I going to say about this? Well, isn't that just interesting? And oh, yes, and I think it speaks to how creativity actually works in the brain. So this is a huge, huge topic, of course. I don't even want to really get started. But it's just something to think about, right? Like, doesn't it seem like in those moments of greatest creativity that it's just kind of being told to you, you know? In those flashes, it's just like there. Do you feel like that? I kind of feel like that sometimes. Anyways, let's just move on. So I realized how much this world is inside of me. Yeah, okay. This is a great diagram. This is a fantastic diagram. That is so true. That is really what I was getting to, is that in the end, this is all just sensations in the mind. So there's some other part of the mind where it feels like it already exists, and it's just being told to you. And then we start getting into the bicameral understanding of consciousness and the idea of the listening part of the brain and the talking part of the brain, and how it relates to hallucination and how it relates to the variability to kind of string together an internal monologue. Oh, we're getting some big brain thoughts now, but whatever. Watching the production of the anime, I clearly felt the staff were also accessing the same world while making it. I agree too. I was a big fan of the anime. The production was like not great, but that almost just emphasized more. And by production, I mean just the sheer money thrown at it, right? Like the fluidity and number of keyframes and stuff like that. It wasn't super high budget. It wasn't Violet Evergarden, but that almost just emphasized like how well they understood the manga, how well they knew how to bring out what was special about it. Though now that I think about it, my editor and the readers had also been seeing the same world. Thanks to the anime, I realized it again. Ah, stage play is happening. I heard about the stage play. I would love to see that so much, but it's so unfeasible. How will I ever see it? And the Sayaka spin-off novels, which I think tell the story of her first relationship, but I'm not sure, are continuing. So that's cool. That's amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. Don't give up on your vocabulary. Oh, Nagatani, so great. Story of the Iron can be depicted in such a way. It will conclude in the next volume, Volume 8. I wonder if that was the first time that was revealed. Oh my god, we're so close to the end. I'm so freaked out. I'm very happy to be able to draw what I want to draw. Please stay tuned to the end. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. It's the other friends. Dude, I love these other friends. Midori and Name Forgotten. Yeah, I just love this kind of dynamic. The one is like super Genki and excitable, and the other one is like a little more chill, you know, but seems like very amused and kind of engaged with the other one. Something happened between Toko and Sayaka. Yeah, I mean they were sent ahead pretty conspicuously. Acting a bit strange since yesterday, haven't they? She mentioned it. Yeah. So they're good friends. They notice this stuff. They notice when they're a little stiff and awkward around each other. We have to do a report on our group activities. Toko's playing hooky. Must be a big deal. Going to Nijo Castle. That Nijo Castle. You're probably the only person who gets that excited about Nijo Castle. Whoa. She's a Bakumatsu otaku. Oh, I love these characters. I love that up until now, I think she has been depicted as a lot more level-headed. So it's like such a great gap that she's like a castle nerd. Toko and Sayaka's relationship is a bit hard to get in between. Rather, there's a special feeling to it. Yeah, very true. You must be very aware of this, having spent time like this. Bit lonely being kept out, huh? How do you feel? Oh my god. If she says something like, but at least we're together, or at least we have each other, or I don't really feel that lonely because I'm with you. Things like that. Things of this nature. I don't know if I'm ready for it. Trust us not to pry, then I won't respect it. Nice, nice. Okay, that's totally fine too. That's actually a lot better. It's not cheap. It's not easy. It's just like a nice, reasonable contemplation of the relationship. Oh. You won't pry into my thoughts right now, right, Midori? What? Wait, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? Mitarashi or Anko, which do you want to eat? Anko is like deep sea fish, right? I think. I don't know what Mitarashi is. Let's look it up quick. Mitarashi is apparently a type of dango. Oh, it's the dango on a stick. Okay. I thought that was called something else. And what's Anko? Anko, I think, is another type of dango. Oh, it's another type of skewered dango. What's the deep sea fish called? Or is it because there was something called Anko-sen of the deep sea fish that I read at some point that I thought Anko-san meant deep sea fish? Yes. I believe that's what happened here. Okay, okay. Anyways. Oh, it said at the bottom that there are different types of dango. Thanks Kuso-san's Kuso's shop. Oh. So she worked out her thoughts. I thought she was being like really sly here, talking about her romantic feelings or something. But no, it was just, she was kind of just being cute. She was looking over at the food. She's like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. That says, you know, it's like one thing to have quote-unquote Yuri bait and to have some like kind of leading lines here or whatever. But this just really shows that they know each other. That they know each other and they like each other. And I think that makes me even happier to see. Oh, come back, let's get them to treat us. Yeah, nice. All right. Oh my god, they have an academics table. This is awesome. They also stopped by Nara. Nara is awesome. There's, if you don't know about Nara, you should look up videos of it. There's just like friendly deer everywhere. They're wild, but they've just been so acclimatized to people that they'll just wander in and among people at the shrine. And you can buy little deer crackers to feed them. Why is she eating it? Yeah, it's not supposed to be eaten. Whoa, Toko, eat it! Eat it too! She was just too curious. I also ate a bite of it. It's not good. Oh, see, she came in loafers. I was gonna say. I noticed that the other two girls were wearing sneakers and like high tops. That's why I thought Midori-san was so cool, because she was wearing high tops. Oh, that's so good. Okay, let's check out this academics table. Of course, the power couple, or not couple, but, you know, is maxed out. Midori loves Japanese history. Hell yeah. Also super good at lit. I'm into that. Manaka, actually not that bad. A very strong student, even though she's so goofy. Yu is weak in math, of course. Maki is really strong. Wow. Alright, I can see that. Dojima, average, sure. Koyomi, maxing out the humanities. Let's go. But same strength in math as you, or like slightly better. Oh, Koyomi, so good. And Akari, nice try. That's fine. Not everyone has to be good at school. School is just one little part of life. I love this. This is such great bonus content. Okay. Alright. Nice. Let's plunge ahead? Maybe? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can survive. All right. Well, that's it for now. Bye bye.